Hello, I am back on. Ella got a nap in. Now I think she's okay. So just doing dollar starts today to just clear stuff out. I'll do bundles of stuff if anyone wants. There's just so much stuff down here. Any size requests though, let me know. I'm just getting it set up here. I should probably hang stuff as we go. Let me just do dollar starts. Okay. Just random stuff. These are Abercrombie and Fitch, 13, 14. Let's do sudden death. Okay. Abercrombie, 13, 14. Abercrombie, I have these on both sides. 13, 14 on these. I have a whole tote left of just pants. Sorry, the last 2 days I cannot think. Okay. What else we got? Little boys. Ozzy, let her alone. Ozzy. Oh my gosh. So hard to do shows too with Ella home and Ozzy just doesn't let her alone. Okay. Oshkosh is a size 7. Boys, size 7. Oshkosh. Oshkosh boys, size 7. I'm just going to hang stuff as we go. I haven't seen the bottom of this table in probably weeks. Boys, this is all girls. This is all leftover vintage. I'm going to attempt to hang up. What are you doing, Ella? Here's your fishy. Here, fishy. Okay. Lots and lots of pants. If anyone wants pants. Just have so much stuff, and I need to get more stuff, so I'm just trying to clear out. Ella got a nap in, so I think we're okay for a little bit. Okay. This is a size 6 jumping beans. Size 6 jumping beans on this one. Just gonna see what's not hung up. Ozzy, let her alone. If anyone has any size requests, let me know. I do have a bunch of swim. I think it's kind of just random sized. This is that juicy coat. I'm gonna hang this up from earlier. Okay, this is a bunch of girls, random girl stuff. Oh, hey Jennifer, I have a ton of stuff set aside for you if you still want it. I know you said you'd bring a list. I was doing dollar starts today anyways, but there's probably like 200 pieces total. I just want to make sure of the sizes that you need. Just let me know whenever you can. 3T Girls Mini. Or just say bundle, 3T Girls Mini. There's some Christmas stuff here. This is a size 2 Rabbit Skins. Rabbit Skins is such a good brand. Rabbit Skins, size 2. Okay, this is some bigger boy stuff, size 8. There's some 10-12s here. Okay, you got it. I'll give you extras. All right, little basketball jersey is a 10-12. 10-12 basketball jersey. Do you want me to assume that you want everything as usual, and then if you don't, you tell me no? Or just let me know however you want to do it. I'm super easy. Home Alone's a size 8. Home Alone boys, size 8. Okay. Garanimals is a 3T. 3T Garanimals. Ella's totally different since she got a nap in. Art class is a 3T. Oshkosh is a 3T. Minecraft's a boy size 8. Are there any sizes that you don't need? Like that you absolutely don't want? I have lots of, you want the jammy separates too, right? Even if they're not sets, I'll just give them all, or I'll do 50 cents on them. And then like after a certain point, I'll just give them to you. There's a decent sized tote of those. And then just low. Okay, I gotcha. Janie and Jack's a 2T. That's a good brand. Ozzy, let her alone, please. Disney's a size 2. I got lots and lots of shorts, pants. They're all between 2T, 3T. They're like the cotton ones. I think you sell those pretty quick, don't you? Champion 4.5s. Let me see what you want off the rack. I know you'll take the tubs. I'll just show you these, and if it's a no, just tell me no. Okay. This is a boy's 18 months. This is, I'll just give you this. It has a little spot, and I know that you don't care because you'll just, you'll stain treat it and then sell it. Okay, Minecraft, I know you always take the Christmas stuff. This is a boy's large. Again, if you don't want something, just tell me now. These are little Old Navy separates. This is a 4T. Christmas Carter's. I'll just give you that one. It'll take me a little to total everything out, but we'll get it all. 24-month Carter's. If anyone wants to hear anything, let me know. Otherwise, Jennifer, Jane Merchandise, she usually takes everything. What, Jen? About once every 2 months or so. And she resells it for her grandson. So if anything, but she obviously does it. If you wanted something, just tell me to run it, and I will. Otherwise, she usually takes most of the stuff. This is a 10-12. I'll just give you this one. I think there's a small little dot on it. This is a girl's size 16. This is an older one. I don't know if you want this or not. Girl's size 16. It's like a Y2K one. Carter's is 12 months. I know you want the jammies anyways. This is a 10-12 Husky. I'm sure you did. Boys 12-14. No, I have a lady that usually wipes me out of like the real big kids. If I come across something, I have 2 things actually. I'm sorry. I have 2 things. This is a Fortnite large. If you want that one, Fortnite large. Boys Fortnite large. And then SpongeBob. If you want either of those. Otherwise, she wiped me out yesterday of most of like the bigger boy stuff. Okay. Jennifer, can you sell this Gettysburg Battlers? Yes or no on that one? SpongeBob? Okay, I'll run the SpongeBob for you. Where did I put it? Right. Okay. SpongeBob is running now. Get your name on that. There might be more. If I come across it as I'm showing Jennifer stuff, let me know. Okay, Jen, can you sell this or no? It's Gettysburg Battlers. It's a vintage one, but it okay, I'll just give it to you. You know I'm super easy and I appreciate you. Okay, this is, make sure you just tell me no, otherwise I'm just throwing in your pile. Size 7, or if anyone wants me to run it, size 7 Oshkosh. Oops, I did the opposite there. Guys, ever since I found out about this cyst, I have just been a mess. And I'm like trying to just put it in God's hands, but I'm just like stressed. Size 6 Carter's. I'll give you this one. This is a Nike one. I don't know if you'll want this one. Vintage, Millennium, Year of the Dragon. It's like 24 years old. If you think you can sell it, otherwise, no worries. Okay, I'll just give it to you. I'm gonna start. Let me make sure you want everything in this tote, and then I'll just start throwing your stuff in the tote. What are you doing, baby? What are you doing, sweetheart? Here, do the Oscar. Hit your Oscar the Grouch. Here, doesn't he squeak? Here's your bunny. Okay. These are size 4, 24 months. Abercrombie's 13, 14. Gymboree's a size 7. Forty Okie Dokie. 12-month Carter's. Jumping Beans is a size 4. 6X Girls Jeans. 12-month New with Tags Oshkosh. 3T Carter's leggings. I'll just give you that. I'll give you those. Children's Place is a 4T. And you know, Jennifer, you're going to get multiple boxes. I'll give you these. They're a little rough. I'm not going to charge you for those. You're going to get big boxes again. 3T, Emily Rose. These don't have a size. I'll just give you those. Delilah's Girl. It's been a while since I've been to a Delilah's. 10, 12. Ken Jack's a 4T. I'll give you these. Emily and Oliver Rabbit Bear. Hey, girl. Hey, Brett. How are you? Ken Jack's 3T. These are all Cat and Jack. This is Hannah Montana. I gotcha. Anything over 200, I'll just give you. Sound good? And you know I stacked those boxes so full. Oh, I didn't know that. This is these are Nike. That's Peppa Pig. I probably have. Oh no, absolutely. You'll probably get, Jen, I'll ring you up for a bundle of 200, and then I'll just give you, it's probably close to like 300 and some pieces, if that works. Because I already had yours off to the side, and then I'm just going to clean the racks off for you, if that works. You know how I am. I give you lots of stuff. Because I always appreciate you so much. And I know you are doing it for Landon. I'll just set it up now. Obviously, you can hang out as long as you want. And I'm just gonna get you a whole ton of stuff. But No, I think that you're the best. Honestly, I told you, Axel's always asking to watch your show or when you're on, and I mean, you always do this, and you're doing like you're amazing. So I don't think you're gonna pay. I put 4 pounds. Obviously, I'm gonna do my own label, so it doesn't really matter. All right, it's running. If you want me to do it now, if you want to wait, no worries. And you'll get, I'll send you the extra. I'll send you the UPS tracking. Oh, you want me to hold you while mommy's talking? Oh, oh. Did you say that is, Jen? That you have to do that? Vanderbilt next Thursday. Hopefully, a hotel isn't super expensive. Thank you so much for getting that. Oh, your bank might have flagged you. What are you doing? Yeah. That's if your bank flagged you, that's the second person today that their bank flagged. Somebody was getting little boy stuff off me earlier and she had to stop. I didn't know that either, Britt, because Axel's always going to we have stuff for him and his insurance fights us tooth and nail. Hey, can mommy sit you back down? I know you don't want to be put down recently, huh? Huh. It went through, Jennifer. You're the second person today. If it was your bank or like your card was off, it did that to them earlier. And she said that her bank told her she was at her spending limit. Yep, I figured. You know what? I've done so many charges on here and they have never flagged us. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. Britt, we've never had to go anywhere overnight for Axel, but just his insurance in general, even with therapy, we go we have 2 therapies now. One's weekly and then one he goes for medication management. It's still considered therapy though. It hits the bill as therapy. It's like the mental health carve out. They fight us literally about everything. Everything. Oh, well that's good at least that they'll give you a discount. So Hope will get to stay at Ronald McDonald House and then you and your husband will just have to get a hotel, right? Oh, gotcha. That's so crazy. Oh, okay. I understand. Aw. Well, you're amazing with what you do. That's why I tell people, I mean, no one cares, obviously, but I show you the stuff, and it's I mean, you're doing it for, obviously an awesome cause. So Axel, so we don't qualify for anything, but because of Axel's diagnosis of anxiety, which I still think it's autism, I still think we were misdiagnosed. We are supposed to qualify for some state, whatever Aetna doesn't pick up, the state will pick up. But I have yet to do it just because I don't know. It's just I feel like if you have insurance and then you go to get the state insurance as a secondary, I don't know if they're gonna be hey, you know how the state is. They're I don't know if they're gonna be weird about it or give us a hard time. Britt, was it hard to get set up? his doctor even gave me a paper. She's like, whatever Aetna doesn't pick up, because Aetna, like I said, was giving us issues with his insurance. Like the mental health carve out of it, they were giving us issues with insurance, and they were gonna back bill. So this all happened just like last month. They hadn't billed the insurance from last March. Well, we do too, Michelle, but I guess if you have a diagnosis, it kicks on. So we make too much too. So we have like Aetna, but then the state insurance, if you have a diagnosis, is supposed to pick up whatever your main insurance doesn't. They're like, it'll deny you at first. I was told it'll deny you for like your income, but then they'll see that diagnosis and then it'll get kicked back. But yeah, I mean, Aetna fights us about everything with the mental health carve out. They fight us literally about everything. They were gonna back bill us from last. So SSI, I think you can only make so much, from my understanding, right? Like SSI is like if the parents don't make, like obviously the child would need it, but like if the parents make, I don't think that you can. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh, Ella. Oh wow, Britt. Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't know. Axel like does really well in school, okay? But like he can't function. Like if we go somewhere, he has a hard time functioning, and he's on Zoloft. And I can't imagine where we'd be. I mean, where we were at with the Zoloft before, without Zoloft. I'm sorry, without Zoloft was a mess. So I can't imagine where we would be if we weren't on Zoloft now. So my thing is like there's times where like you think like I think Axel's gonna be okay, and like I'm like, oh, he's gonna be able to like function, like have a job. But then there's times where like I don't know if like Axel's gonna be able to like make it through college and like that kind of stuff. And like that's worrisome. So like I didn't know how all that SSI worked, because like I paid in obviously, and Michael's paid in, and Axel's dad's paid in. But then it's like, does that like count against him because we like are his guardians and we work? You know what I mean? Yeah, I should. I need to like look. I need to like look into it and do it. Huh. I know that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Well, we're all just basically hanging out now, because basically I'll give Jennifer all of the racks. Jennifer, you can sell shoes too, right? Like little baby shoes. I think I have a few pairs of those I'll give you. You know I'll hook you up. Okay. Child under 18 parent income does go against. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like we want Axel to be able to go to college. So I'm praying, that we get through. I mean, that's why we go to therapy. You do everything you can to help your kids. So I'm hoping, we go to therapy, and he kind of outgrows some of it. I mean, he does excellent in school. I mean, he just turned 6, so he's like his birthday was late, so he just started kindergarten. Because he wasn't allowed because of the cutoff. In Pennsylvania, it's like I don't know if it's the same everywhere. So it's like August 28th or something. So we missed it by like 3 months. Um, oh, okay, yeah. We don't get anything. No, it does, Britt. Yeah, it does. Um, we're obviously hoping like Axel's fine. It's just, I mean, you want your kids to be okay. I just, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. I do not. I'm sorry. I basically, J&J Merchant Jennifer, she gets everything off of me once every few months, and she resells it to support her grandson. So I'm like basically wiped out of everything until tomorrow. This will all get shipped tonight, and then I'll be back on it. I mean, I don't like want to pry obviously, but like we really get a point with Axel, like we don't know what to do. Like I had considered like putting him in like a mental like a rehab kind of thing. So he'll like his tantrums will get so bad, like we can't control him. Which now we just started new therapy. So like we're hoping, but again, this is what's crazy. Axel was diagnosed. We still think it's high functioning autism, but they said that he didn't have it, and they said that he has anxiety. So he's diagnosed with anxiety. He goes to school. He's fine. Like I'm saying, like in school, he he's I mean he's excellent. Like he's excelling in school. He comes home. If it's just like me and him, he's fine. If it's just like my husband and him, he's fine. Like if it's just but when we're all together, Axel like I don't know if it's like the attention or what it is. The tantrums are so bad that he'll like hyperventilate. He'll bite himself. He'll throw his toys in the like into the wall. Um, we just like we don't know what to do, and you feel so bad. Like you feel so bad. But then he'll go to school and he's fine. Transitions are awful. Whenever he goes to his dad's every other weekend or his grandparents, he'll literally like hide in the car and like cower in the car. Say that he's scared. It's a lot. I mean, so we definitely like go through that. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, like Jennifer especially, but like I am so thankful for you guys because I was working, 50, 55 hours a week. I got my real estate license, which I don't really use because I mean, I just love this so much. But like I'm home with him every day now. I'm home with Ella. And I mean, it's thanks to you guys. Like I appreciate it. I mean, I know we're all helping each other out. Like Jen, you'll resell the stuff. I know like, you guys are getting clothes like at a deal, but it's like it really does like change your life, and I'm so thankful like that I'm able to like sit, be in the base be in my basement, have no boss. And yeah, I mean it would be awful. I would get home at like 7 or 8 at night. Axel, I mean the tantrums are just awful. I mean it seems like you understand. But I mean I think it's getting a little better. The Zoloft helped a lot. Last year when I was pregnant with Ella, we went to Disney and there was not a full day in Disney that like Axel enjoyed himself. I don't know. I think there were too many people, too much sensory overload. He definitely gets sensory overload. Um, he's all about texture of jeans. Like he can't wear jeans. He can't wear joggers if they have like a G material. He can't wear stuff that's itchy. They literally didn't say he had autism because his language skills are very good. And so they were very quick to just dismiss it and be like, I mean he doesn't have that. They were like sensory can look like autism, but it's not. But I mean, even his pediatrician. Here's another thing. When we go to the doctor, his pediatrician, she literally we tried to do a wellness 2 months ago, and she was like, "There's no like you're sure it's not autism." And I was like, "Carrie, like I'm pretty sure isn't that what we thought?" And she's like, "Yeah, I still think that's what we thought." She's like, "That's not what they said the diagnosis." And I was like, "No, that's not what they said because you have to branch off. Obviously, it's not your pediatrician. We had to go to Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. Two different evaluations." And she's like, "I still think that's what it is." When she tried to do Axel's like checkup, like to check his ears, to check his heart, he literally was screaming, opened the door, ran out in the hall. Yeah, we were actually on an appointment list, like a waiting list now to get one. He was literally screaming and running out in the hall at the doctor's office just for his wellness. Then when I took him to the emergency room like a month ago, we thought he had appendicitis. It was a normal emergency room. I didn't know I could take him to Children's Hospital for like an emergency. Like our Children's Hospital around here is more behavioral, so I didn't know that like there was a Children's Hospital that had like an emergency room that was just for like kids that have disabilities. So the regular hospital was like, "Why did you bring him here?" And I was like, "Well, he thinks he has appendicitis. He's screaming like he wanted to come here." And they're like, "Yeah, but like if we can't control him here." They're like, "We'll literally have to sedate him just to get help." And I was like, "You don't deal with kids like this here?" And they're like, "No, we don't deal with children that have like children that come in here like if you can't control them, like we basically can't like we can't do anything." Yeah, so like that was an eye opener. It's just really hard. I mean, they literally had to say that his wellness for this year was inconclusive because he's so tired. They said his wellness was inconclusive. Yeah, I mean, we just keep plugging along. We had the behavioral to get the autism testing. Then they did the autism testing. Then we started behavioral therapy, which if you have autism, I don't know if behavioral therapy is really what it was. I think there's a different one, right, that they use. Behavioral therapy, she was finally like, I honestly think he needs Zoloft. Well, at that point, we didn't have a psychiatrist, so we had to go to his pediatrician for Zoloft. They wouldn't write the prescription because they were like, we're not dealing with this. Then finally, we got into a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist is amazing. They obviously don't deal with diagnosis though. It's like a whole separate. You're going to all these separate places. Um. What? What? How old is Landon? They started Axel's at Okay, it's probably is it maybe 3? I think we were on a wait list during COVID at 3. Oh, see, everywhere's different. Axel had we had this evaluation before he had just turned 5, but I'll tell you what they did. They started, like I said, with that behavioral one, and because it was the middle of COVID, you were waiting a year for in between appointments. So they would have started, I think, at 3 and a, we were on the wait list at 3. I think we got the first test at like 3.5, and then we were on a wait list for like ever between doctors. I mean, it's tough. You obviously do whatever you can for your kids. I mean, like I said, we've been at a psychiatrist. That's super helpful. Now we started a new therapy at this other institution. We actually go to that tomorrow. That's just child parent interaction therapy because they said that Axel shows signs of always wanting to be in control. And she said that that can be anxiety. She said that the anxiety is probably making him, want to be in control of situations. She's like, it's really tough. She's like, I'm really surprised he does well in school because she's like, kids that have anxiety that want to be in control. She's like, when you go to school, you don't have any control. They're telling you in recesses, they're telling you when you're eating. So she's like, I'm really surprised that he does so well in school, but he does amazing in school. And he comes home. And I think because everything's a lot at school, he really enjoys school. He has friends, he does well. But I think that when he comes home, it is like the release. It's the release of like the buildup. Like, hey, he basically had to play like a character all day, basically like he has to do this character all day where he's pen up, he has to do whatever they say. Then he comes home, they can be himself, and it comes out in a way that's not really Axel, but it's like it is just exploded. Like you said, it is just it's a lot. It's a lot. We've now basically started a behavioral just a talk here, and we're all just in here chatting about this. There's days though where like it's great. So let's say like you wake up and the day goes exactly how Axel wants. Like this morning he wanted to wake up, he watched Roly Poly Oly. Okay. Then he let's say he didn't want to go to school. Let's say school wasn't a thing. Then he didn't have to go to school and he was like, can we go outside? So we go outside. Then we go to Dunkin' because he wants a donut. If the day is exactly how Axel wants it to be, and I'm saying like he's not doing anything crazy. He's not doing anything mean. Like he's not being mean to anyone. He's not, punching anything. I'm saying on a good day, if Axel gets to do everything that Axel wants to do, your day will be great. But the kicker would be like, let's say like the day was great and then it was bedtime. And it was like, okay, Axel, like we gotta go to the bathroom, we gotta go to bed. It's 8:30. You're done. You're about to have a 2-hour tantrum. He's not gonna get a bath. He's probably not gonna brush his teeth. He's probably gonna throw the toothbrush at you. He's gonna jump all around his bed so that he doesn't fall asleep. You finally do get in there and get him to sleep. He's gonna ask for 3 drinks, and then probably about an hour and a half later, he'll stop tapping his fingers. But it's like, and again, and my husband's like, sometimes he's like, I think like there's things that Axel can control. I do think there's things Axel can control, but I think you have to understand that like he's only 6. He just turned 6. I mean, he's a very spoiled kid, but like he knows morally what to do right. He knows like if he does something wrong at school, for example, he got in trouble at school and he threw the slip away that he got in trouble and tried to throw it away on the bus. Like he's very, very, very intelligent. And like I said, as long as the day is going how Axel wants the day to go, you'll have the best day. You'll have the brightest part of him will shine, and it'll be great. It's when Axel one thing that really sets him off if he doesn't have control of it, he's done. And it might be yeah, that's literally what we said. Thank you so much. Yes, that's what we said. And like I showed them videos. I showed them videos of Axel hyperventilating, biting the car seat, like literally just not being able to handle it. And they were like, no, it's not autism. So I don't know. I really don't understand. Yeah, thank you. I mean, it sucks. I'll tell you, doesn't feel as bad as a year ago. A year ago, when we were begging for a psychiatrist to take us, we called like 55, and I'm not exaggerating, 55 psychiatrists, and they were all either like we're full, that you couldn't even get a hold of a doctor. Their voicemail was immediately like we're full. Um, yeah, no, no, literally, that's what I'm saying. I literally had to call between 50 and 60. Oh, no, I definitely agree with autism. Yeah, no 2 people are the same. I had to call we whatever referrals they gave us, those people were not they were all full. I had to Google and it got to a point where I was like, they were like, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket. And we were like, we don't care because we needed help. We needed help so bad. We were so yeah, she's so tired. We were so desperate for help that we were just willing to pay out of pocket. No sooner did I book that appointment, which was like 2 months in advance. We found one we drive 45 minutes to therapy once a month, and that's the medication management, and that was just to get him on Zoloft. Yep. Yeah, well, that's the thing, and they said that they would do another test, and after they did some other tests at this one place, they would take him. The one place made me real sketch because Axel's really close with me, and I don't really get uneasy about stuff, honestly. But they said that like the therapy, the parents weren't allowed back. It was a real like prestigious place. It was really expensive, but they said that like the therapy, they wanted like the kids in there by themselves. Well, here's the thing with kids that have separation anxiety, like Axel, they're not gonna go in by themselves. They're not gonna warm up to you. Like it's not like things like a kid like Axel, right? Like he's very routine oriented. But like I said with transition day, when we could take him to his grandparents, he doesn't get out of the car. It doesn't matter if you took him every weekend, every other weekend. He literally does not like it. Doesn't. It's like almost like you're doing it for the first time. Here's another example. Summer camp. He goes to summer camp. Excuse me. He goes to summer camp, and sometimes during the year, Ella goes there 2 days a week. And hers is like daycare, of course. So he goes all summer. He loves it. He will basically run out of the car. They swim all the time. It's so great. So finally, or I'm sorry. So this year they were short staffed. They couldn't take him a lot on his off school days. So I tried to take him 2 weeks ago. You would have thought someone was torturing Axel. He literally ran out of the car, ran into the car, screaming because he didn't want to go to summer camp. But he wanted to go to summer camp. What it was the transition. And his psychiatrist said it as she's like, yes, I get that. Like that's somewhere that Axel goes all the time, right? Like he went there all summer. He went there for 90 days straight. Like you would think, okay, like we're done. Like he's that's fine. Like that's in his head. Like that's good. She's like, you're gonna have to start driving back around summer camp again and saying, hey, Axel, like this is summer camp. Like, hey, this is where you're gonna be going all summer. Do you want to go in? Like, do you want to go like meet the teachers again? Like all these people that Axel already knows, just to basically familiarize himself with summer camp again. And yeah, it's transition prep. Yeah. And I mean, I guess that's one of those things. I just thought like, hey, he loves summer camp. Ella goes to summer camp. Like, he'll be fine. And it's not the case. Like, it's not the case. There's just and then here's the thing. And I like love Axel so much. I mean, he's Axel and I grew up together basically. I mean, I was 23 when I had Axel, I mean, now he's 6 and I mean, I love him so much, right? And you do anything for your kids. So it's not like that. But you don't know what kind of day you're going to have. You just don't know. For example, we usually go to Pirates baseball opening day. Now, it was much too cold this last weekend. It was hailing there, so we wouldn't have taken the kids. But like we stopped going to Pirates games because you would go and Axel wants to go to Pirates games, right? Now, if it's football, he'll sit and he's fine. Because we also have football season tickets. So for baseball games, he will every inning because I don't know if it's because of the anxiety or the sensor. I have no idea what it is. If you sit there every single inning, he'll be like, "I have to pee. I have to pee." And you're basically, I spend the whole game just running around taking Axel to pee, and I think it's just anxiety. Excuse me. I think it's just anxiety. I think it's just that, like I'm like that. I mean, I talk fast. I sometimes don't look people in the eyes. I have really bad anxiety. Mine is well managed. I mean, I'll be 30 next month. I've learned to deal with it. I've learned, to know, my limits and stuff, but it's just, I mean, it's hard. There's just no 2 days are the same. It's hard to do stuff, like we want to go to the zoo this weekend. We got one of those Keen's wagons for Ella, which thank God it fits 300 pounds. So Axel can also get in it. I mean, it's a huge wagon, so it's fine. But it's like, you don't know if you're going to go to the zoo and Axel's going to start screaming. You really don't. I mean, you might go to the zoo and have a great day. You might go to the zoo and Axel drinks his icy so fast and he wants another one. And you tell him like, hey, why don't we drink a water? Because we just drank an icy, and Axel loses it. Like, you literally just don't know. And sometimes it's hard because it feels like you're like doing it by yourself. But then you guys are in here, you're like you're all going through the same stuff or different things. But I mean it's definitely hard. It really is. And I have two total opposite kids. Axel was a kid, didn't want to play by himself, and even a trip to the store. Yeah, nope, yeah, and I can't go anywhere by myself. So it depends on the mood he's in. But like last night, my husband ended up running to the store for us. But like if I go to the store and Axel stays here, and even if he's watching TV or playing with Ella, whatever, he'll literally scream from the time. Let's say I'm literally 5 minutes down the road. He will scream from the time that I leave until the time I get back, and you'll hear him the whole way outside. Yeah. I mean, and you said he is on medicine. He's the one who's been on medicine since he was 7. Yeah, Axel. He's on Zoloft, like I said. We tried Adderall because they said he had ADHD. Well, here's the thing with Adderall is it really, and for a while was they were like if he's not like doing well in school or if he's doing, oh yeah, of course. They would be like, if he's doing well in school, like don't worry about it. And I was like, it didn't make sense to me, but now it does because that Adderall and all of that stuff only lasts so long, right? So it's gonna be wore off by the time he gets home, anyways. So they tried that, and then they wanted to try guaflacine. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's a blood pressure medication. And basically, if you like Axel runs in the summer, if you run, it lowers your blood pressure, right? Like long term running, like for 3 months straight, like if he runs all summer, it lowers your blood pressure. So if you're not checking his blood pressure every day and it's not exactly where it's supposed to be on that medicine, it damages the blood vessels to your heart. I'm not gonna put my kid through that. Like I'll take his tantrums over damaging his heart. Like it's absolutely crazy to me. And here's the thing, they'll give you the stuff and they won't tell you the side effects. They'll tell you minor ones like, hey, you might get lightheaded. Well, why is he getting lightheaded? I mean, I feel like they don't tell you, everything. And so that can be frustrating too. I could go on for days about all of this. Yeah. Yep. Oh, and even then I like looked it up and I'm like, hey, like, is this gonna do this? And they're like, well, yeah, but like that's a rare case. Well, I mean, I get that there's a rare case, but I don't really want to chance it with my kid. That's how Axel was with Adderall. So we did Adderall for I think 2 weeks. Axel's very close with me. Like Ella like is a daddy's girl. You can always just tell. But Axel's been like with me, like just like how Ella is with Michael, since he was born. I mean, we've just been inseparable. So we were at a pit game, and he looked at me and he's like, "I don't want to live with you anymore." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to live with you." And my in laws were there, and they were like, "Do you want us to take him for the night?" And I was like, "No." Like I was like crying. I was really upset. I get like really emotional about that stuff. And I never in my head would have thought he even would have went. So he ended up going that night to spend the night with them. Calls the next morning. He's like, "I'm ready to come home." It literally was just the Adderall gives him he gets that split personality disorder. You know how some kids get that split personality disorder with Adderall, or some people, I guess, not necessarily kids. He um he gets that. So he'll just get mean. I mean, just mean. And then they had him on something before that. Was it Paxil? No, Paxil's a pain pill, right? There was another one for. Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. I got scared, and I was like, "We're not doing this." But again, now that he does so well in school, I don't think he really needs it. I mean, we all deal with it at home. No kid's gonna be perfect, so he comes home and has his outburst, and we all just do what we can. But I didn't know that like so that affects most people like that. Like most people get mean at first. Yeah, I did not know that. I love how we have like a little support group here now. We're all just talking about it. Tell you what, she's a tired bug. She woke up right before we came down. Oh wow. I took Adderall in my teens. Then I forgot to take it for 2 days and I got a major headache, which I guess happens because your body's used to it. And I freaked out. And I was like, I don't want to feel like this. But I'm supposed to be on Zoloft. Whenever I had Ella and I hemorrhaged, which I don't know if most of you know that or not, but I hemorrhaged after Ella, woke up in the ICU, had lost 75% of my blood. No one thought I was gonna make it, had to get all these blood transfusions. I got really bad postpartum. So then they wanted me to be on Zoloft, and I was like, I don't really want to be on Zoloft. I was like, that's not gonna fix the problem. Um, and I'll tell you what is so crazy is I started Ozempic for the weight loss because I couldn't lose weight. Ozempic literally balanced all of my hormones back out. So now I feel amazing. However, just 2 days ago, I was saying this, and if you guys have been at the last three shows from like last night, which since last night, like 4 o'clock, I've had three shows. This is my fourth. Um, they found two cysts on my ovaries. So my right ovary has to get removed, and one of them's the size of a grapefruit and one's the size of an orange. And they have to take my one ovary, and they're not sure until they get in there if they have to take both ovaries. So it's just been very surreal, which is why I'm kind of just like I feel like I'm out of it. I went into the emergency room the other day because I had this awful pain on my left side, and I'm saying it was bad. Like I was like moving around trying to get the pain to move. I thought maybe it was gas from, being on the Ozempic, just like gas in my stomach. And my husband was like, "Do you want me to take the emergency room?" And I was like, "No, like I'm not trying to be a baby, not trying to be a baby." Sure enough, we went and they gave me morphine right away, which is crazy because I like don't even take ibuprofen. And I asked them for something less, and they were like, "Well, the way like you're acting like you're in pain, like you should probably just have morphine." They gave me morphine with something else, something that starts with a T. Um, that is an anti-inflammatory. What was happening, I guess, that the reason I was in pain was not from the cysts themselves. It was my ovaries were actually flipping. So my ovaries had flipped and they unflipped, like they basically flipped themselves back. I don't know if they said they don't know if it was the anti-inflammation drug that caused them to like be able to shrink down a little bit and go back, or if it was when they did a sonogram. They did 3 sonograms that day. If it had like pushed on it and had it flip. So then they were going to do emergency surgery, but because I wasn't in pain because they flipped back over, I have to go next Tuesday for a consultation. They don't know if it's cancer. I guess they're like basically saying that they don't think it's cancer, but they're sending me to an oncologist. So it's really, really scary. Um, and I have to get them removed. It runs in my family. I am 1/16th Indian, Cherokee Indian, and my dad says it's the Cherokee side. So I'm hoping that since Ella will be 132 and like technically the bloodline is gone, I'm hoping she doesn't have this. But my grandma also had ovarian cysts the same size. One was a grapefruit, but mine are connected. It's weird. And so she had to get them removed. But thank you so much, Britt. But back in the 70s, they tested them, but before they like waited for the answers to come back, they did radiology. So my grandma got radiology. We don't even know if it was cancer, but I was always told my entire life that she had cancer. So then I told the doctor right away, I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure my grandmother had ovarian cancer. They did one of those blood tests that like checks for cancer, and it came back normal, but she said that only checks for one kind of ovarian cancer, and I guess there's a few kinds. And the cyst is one of those I think it's called like a teratoma cyst, and it's basically like germ cells in your body just form like their own thing. So like sounds like the craziest thing ever, and it sounds like something out of a horror movie. There could very well in this cyst be teeth, hair, nails, ears, eyes. Like your body literally just takes like different cells. Thank you so much. Your body just basically takes different cells and like forms it into a cyst. Oh, thank you so much. You're gonna make me cry. You're the best. You guys are amazing. We honestly just don't know, and I like yesterday was just like really crying. And my husband's like, like like it's obviously affecting me, but like it affects everyone. And he's like, he's like, I love you so much. He's like, it affects us too. He's like, it affects me. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, if, something happens to you, he's like, I'm, going to be left with Ella. Like, God forbid Axel would have to move back with his dad. Like, it would just be obviously their lives would be, overturned. I mean, my grandma had them in her 40s. Obviously medicine's a lot better now than, it was in the 70s. So I think like I'm pretty hopeful. Um, Aw, thank you so much. I guess what's like so hard about this is I just went through, being in the ICU with Ella. I didn't expect like you don't expect obviously stuff to happen, but I hemorrhaged and I woke up in the ICU. They said then they were like, "Oh, you're a survivor." They were like, "We honestly thought you were dead." I mean, my mom watches over me. So my grandmother died. So May is really weird for me. My mom died a week after my 19th birthday. So my birthday is May 11th. My grandmother died on May 5th. My mom died on May 19th, technically May 19th. It was like 12:15 in the morning. Mother's Day is always smack dab in the middle. So May is like very hard for me. I mean, I like, my birthday's in it, but I obviously lost a lot of people, and the Mother's Day is always hard. So when I woke up in the ICU, I had a guardian. So I got this tattoo for my mom. I hold on. And it's like the Dirk Bentley song, but I got it, right after she had passed because I really resonate with that song and like her memory. So it had the guardian angel triangle right above, like in between it. And so I know she carried me through that. Like I know that she'll. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, Britt. That's May is that's crazy that it's the same date and we have the same name. Life is just so weird with like invisible strings. But I had that guardian angel, on me, like the scar. As soon as I woke up, there was nothing near it. Like there was no reason. Like I didn't have an IV near it. Like it literally was just there. And if you look it up, it's like a guardian angel triangle, basically. So she carried me through that. I like definitely know that she'll carry me through everything. I mean, between her and my grandma. I mean, you just have to believe. I definitely believe in that. But it's just hard. It's hard. And now, I guess, like, also what's upsetting is the other day they would have done the surgery if I'd been in pain. And, like, we don't know if it's cancer. And I was like, if they were like, do you want to spend the night overnight in the hospital in case the pain comes back? And I was like, well, not really. Oh, God. I didn't know any of that, Britt. I'm so, so sorry. I'm so sorry. Um, so I didn't stay in the hospital, but I was like, if I do stay, can we get the surgery done while I'm here? And they're like, no, like you need to go to the specialist. So then it's just like they just let you go, and you're just full of just wondering. Yeah, I mean that is so awful, Brett. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean 2 and 2 months, and that's so awful. I'm so sorry. You guys are all amazing. We have like this little support group. Aw, that's such a beautiful name. Now, Britt, can you have any more kids, or like, did they say what the reason was or anything? You guys are all amazing. I was telling Jennifer last night. Oh wow. You sometimes wonder why God puts you through stuff like that. I mean, I know everything has to happen. I mean, she obviously needed to be up there with him, but it's hard to understand, the whys of everything. It's hard when you're down here, you don't see the whole picture. Michael and I wanted another one, and I mean, I was telling Jen this last night. I mean, we don't know. I know. I will today. I need something. I need something. So thank you. I watched that today. I need something that'll make me like on the path to just feeling like, everything obviously. I mean, I know everything happens for a reason, but yeah, they said after if they don't have to take both my ovaries, which we're not sure. I mean, I might end up having to get I so here's the scary thing, I guess, for me is right. I didn't know when I got those blood transfusions that I was gonna wake up in the ICU. I mean, nobody, you obviously no one anticipates those things. But now, when I get put to sleep, we don't know if I'm going to wake up, and have had a hysterectomy because they basically said that they'll have to take the polyps out. They'll have to test them. Definitely take my right ovary. If it comes back cancer because of the size of the polyps and because these polyps that are 8 centimeters, or no, I'm sorry, the great whatever the grapefruit size is, like 13 centimeters and an orange, because they've grown in the last 8 months since Ella was born. Because when I got those transfusions, they did a sonogram the next day. I don't know if I'm gonna wake up and have had a hysterectomy. So I guess like that's another thing. But I mean, I have 2 children. I'm grateful. I mean, so much could happen. You know, cord wrapping is terrifying. And you like, it seems like it's like you hear a lot of cases of it. Aw, thanks, Britt. I mean, like Michael said, we have 2 kids. God obviously doesn't give you more than you can handle. I believe that, and I believe that whatever is meant to happen in your life does happen as long as you're like for example, like Michael and I always say, we knew each other like 10 years ago, and we just got together, a little over 2 years ago. And he's like, it's so crazy, like all that time that we weren't together that we could have been. I'm like, as long as you're on your path that you're supposed to be, you're doing the right thing. God has a way of like mapping, where how it all plays out. So my thing is like if we're meant to have another kid, then we have another kid. If I'm meant to have a hysterectomy, and maybe, that hysterectomy is obviously going to prevent me from having cysts in the future, then like that's, how it's supposed to be. I literally fully believe that like I said, as long as you're doing the right thing, you're helping people, you're being kind, you're putting your part into the world, I think yeah, exactly, exactly. I just feel like it's in God's hands, and whatever is supposed to happen, when I get that surgery is gonna happen. And I mean, I guess that's kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, that's all I can do. I mean, like you said last night, you can't worry about stuff I can't change. I mean, I can't change it. Me, crying about it doesn't change it. It's just so crazy that they grew so fast. Like I said, the day after Ella was born, after they did those transfusions and everything, they did they did an ultrasound. So like these have grown. Ella just turned 8 months. So these have grown so quick, in 8 months. And I think that's just kind of like what they're worried about. She is out. Oh, Ella. Well, all right, guys. I guess I've got a lot to ship. I did both of last night's shows. Those are done. And then today and then Jennifer's stuff. I'll be praying for everyone else, I'll be praying for all of you guys. I appreciate your prayers. I will get new stuff probably tonight, and I'll be back on. Yeah, I'm so glad too. Like I said, I had saved that stuff for you. And I'm glad that I was able to give you. I'd never give you anything junky, and I'll give you so much extra. I'm glad that you were able to get some stuff. Some of this stuff is Juicy Couture, JD and Jack. I mean, I always have some good brands. Lots of swim stuff. I'm sure you're probably getting people asking about swim stuff. Um, Baby stuff. I have to go through Ella's room. I'll give you. Yes, amen. I'll give you whatever's in Ella's room that I have to go through. She's just growing like a weed. She's in 2T, 3T. So all of her 18-month, 24-month stuff I'll just give you. Me, again, I always appreciate all of you. And Jennifer, I always appreciate, you getting these large bundles. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's free. It's because of you guys that I can stay home with my kids, and I appreciate that. I got my real estate license thinking that that was what I was gonna do. I mean, I obviously haven't. I'm like in a brokerage, but um, I just really love this. I mean, even if I'm in my basement talking to what feels like myself, I'm really not. I mean, you guys are here. Look, we just had this whole conversation. I feel so much better. Um, but I mean, again, it's because of you guys that I can stay home with my kids. So I never forget that every day. I'm so appreciative of that. But yeah, that's it. I will try not to cry the rest of the day. I like feel pretty good about stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna hop off and get some stuff shipped. And does anyone have shows today? Anyone have shows that I can watch? Thank you. You're the best. Are you having a show today? If anyone's having shows, let me know. I will sit and watch while I'm. Oh, okay. You did say that last night. Yep. Yeah, you guys said. Okay, well, I'll be up late, so I'll be watching. If anyone else is having a show, I feel like I always miss the people. Besides you, Jen, I always miss the people that are having shows that buy off of me. I feel like it's just like a timing thing. But Axel's constantly on there checking to see if you're having a show. No, I'm gonna go watch that movie. I'm gonna lay her down, get a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna watch that movie. I really am. All right. I seriously love all of you guys. I will get all this. Okay. No, I really will. I'm gonna sit and like actually pay attention. I'm gonna put my phone down. I have 3 hours before Axel gets off the bus. Or no, 2 hours. So that's perfect. 2 hours and 15 minutes before Axel gets off the bus. If you're on tonight, I will be on. Thank all of you seriously so much. You guys are the best, and I'll get everything shipped out. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.